With a population just over 700, the town of Virgin, Utah is located in Washington County on the way to Zion National Park.
Virgin has pretty much always had a larger population than Springdale.
It was named after the Virgin River, which runs through it. This tiny and quaint community is also one of the oldest and historic sites in southern Utah.
We actually have more historic structures in Virgin than either Rockville or Springdale, either one. And people that come down and see what historic structures we do have are surprised. They had no idea.
Elected over 3 years ago as a write-in candidate, Mayor Jean Krause said she had no intentions of running, but has since settled into her duties.
I'd been on town council in the past, and I had been off of town council and really enjoyed having my freedom, and I had my arm twisted to run for mayor.
During her time as mayor, Krause says Virgin has been experiencing a rise in visitation due to popular campsites and a new type of camping called glamping. These sites look like something out of the Old West.
But we have tents, wagons, and so it's a wide variety of options. And then there's auto camp, and they are a series of Airstream trailers, and there have been those elsewhere around the United States. In fact, auto camp has some other locations.
They are also a popular way to stargaze.
We've got enough of these campgrounds and all of this. We don't want any more of that. We want a grocery store, we want retail, we want other businesses in town, and so we are trying to figure out how we can attract those businesses to come to town.
Mayor Krause says she would like to see more growth in the way of essential businesses, which are already starting to pop up on SR 9.
So what we really need is someone who would come in and build retail spaces that people could then come in and rent. Whoever owns the land, if they would just break it up into smaller pieces, we might be more likely to get some businesses to come in.
Of course, water is also a concern in this community, as it is in many others in Washington County.
We get our water from the Water Conservancy District, and so the county and the Water Conservancy District really wanted us to change our water contract and get in with the sewer district, and so I've spent some time working on that.
While most who live here in Virgin are retired, Mayor Krause said she'd like to see more development around rental or permanent housing for workers.
But we're trying to encourage the next developer to maybe build some smaller, more affordable homes so that the people that work at the park can afford to live in Virgin.
This tiny town also receives a lot of tourists, and especially those looking to recreate and compete. One popular event that takes place here every year is the Red Bull Rampage.
We have a BMX track, and so we have some people that come and ride BMX. Red Bull Rampage takes place right outside Virgin, and so all the parking and the access, they come through Virgin to get out to the BLM land or Sitla land, depending on where it's taking place.
Krause says she's looking forward to improving the town's look once more businesses begin coming in.
I have things that I would like to do along the highway that will make the town look nicer, more landscaping stuff. I would need to work partnership with UDOT in order to be able to landscape along the road and make the town more attractive. But there's no point in doing that as long as we've got businesses that are trying to build along the highway. They need to get in place, and then we can do the landscaping.
Jean says being mayor takes up a lot of her time, and it's a job she hasn't decided whether she'll take on another 4 years doing.
They think I have the power to do things that I do not have the power to do, and but I do get calls. And because we don't have a town manager as the mayor, I pretty much run the town, and so I get a lot of phone calls. And so it's just a 24/7 job.
From Virgin, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.